their number and it's been given to them in advance, and like everyone knows their place because they pretty much told us who number 30 is anyway. But it was a little bit more exciting back then when they used to do the little lottery machine and they'd pick a ball out at random and they'd be like, get a disappointed look on their face. But you still wouldn't know when they're coming out. But it would feel a bit more exciting if we did think it was random. But obviously, it really isn't random because when people like Ty Dillinger come out 2 years in a row at number 10, that's a bit telling. And I get the sneaking suspicion that EC3 will be number 3.
Yes, that's a good call. Didn't think about that. We'll see. How about this then? Jimbo Wrestler Squad number 9, of course. He's here. So we've drawn out of the picture of the title match. My claim is still Drew versus Brock, and Styles will face Seth at WrestleMania. However, Seth doesn't have any momentum right now for me. I'm getting a little bit bored with his promos. What do you think it's going to take to get a big push behind him other than just a win at the Royal Rumble? So, I am a big Seth Rollins fan. I do feel like they probably waited too long with this Dean Ambrose thing a little bit, and I do wish they'd have sort of finished up with that a little bit sooner. But at the moment, it looks like all their eggs are in one basket with that. Or however, momentum-wise, he has lost a bit, and the only reason he's lost it is because of the win-loss thing. He's not had tremendously big wins for a while, so sometimes you wish WWE would do things in hindsight to sort of make things more credible and more justified for it. But, it might be like last year where Shinsuke won it sort of out of nothing, and, you get you hope the momentum comes from there. But I don't know, really. I mean, I do think he's good enough to pull it off, but he just needs some good material. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It does feel like throughout his career it's all been a bit stop-start, and things haven't really stuck. It didn't really work out as a heel, didn't really work out that great as a face, But no doubt there's talent there, regardless of what role he's playing. It's just always been stop-start. Even with like finishing moves, there's been a long period of time where they just couldn't decide what was going to be the guy's finisher even.
Yeah, I never really understood that either. That was a very odd thing there. Okay, well let's now crack on then with the Royal Rumble itself, then, shall we? And get into this. So, like I say, it's coming from Phoenix, Arizona, from Chase Field this week, and it's we've already been told at least two kickoff matches. One of them bumped onto the kickoff. Very, very surprised in a way, but then maybe I'm not that surprised really. But let's start with that match first of all, Matt. I think you know where I'm going. United States Championship match here. Rusev, the man who's got that title again around his waist. Held that title way back when, and he's up against the guy he beat for it very recently, Shinsuke Nakamura, who of course was last year's 2018 Mao winner, who didn't go on and win, by the way, and didn't get the title after all either, even after the heel turn. Here we are, Matt, 12 months later, and probably not where Shinsuke Nakamura wanted to be in a year's time. If you'd have asked him, I'm sure he probably couldn't have imagined this, but it does make you think, Matt, whether WWE really were that serious about Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm not just talking about this one match, but I'm talking about the whole progression and how it was kind of sort of really finished up against AJ in a lot of ways, and he didn't get the job done, and then it was Samoa Joe's time. So for you, Matt, is this disappointing? Just to talk about Shinsuke here, is this disappointing for you, Matt, or do you think this was something you could see happening had he have not won WrestleMania?
Well, it is really disappointing when you get the guy's entire arc from when he joined the WWE to where he is now. I'm pretty sure that many people wouldn't have expected him to be at this point, and being bumped off the main card. I mean, come on, this guy came in like such a huge following and all the huge, tremendous amount of skills behind him, and it doesn't really deserve to be used in the way that he is. I think personally, AEW looks like the way to go. I mean, if people are going to jump ship and go, then it can be helpful. You can grow as a competitor, and I feel like he's maybe aging, but he's not on the downslope of his career by any means. He's still got a lot to give. So,
well, look at Jericho.
I do feel it's like a bit of a shame. So hopefully, he can pull something off on the pre-show, show people like why he deserves to be given a better spot. But I really don't think WWE are going to invest too much in him these days. Yeah,
they just don't seem interested in the guy either at this point, from what I'm saying. Matt, just quickly off subject as well. You talk about AEW. You mentioned about the Shigem. Is he more attractive for AEW, the fact that he hasn't won the WWE title or a big major championship? Is that more of an attractive for them to have them be the guys that make him and use him in that way? He's sort of untapped, if you like. Is that better for them to go for someone like him, maybe, rather than I'm not saying AJ wouldn't be a great worker, but we know AJ's completed there. Is that more appealing for them, or do you think it's they're just going to go on the name factor alone?
No, I think that is very appealing. I feel like with AEW they're trying to make something fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and considering that Nakamura hasn't done that, that is a fresh step and a new direction to take, and definitely a guy that you can look to for that kind of experience to bring to your company. And with AEW, the thing you don't want to get into is you don't want WWE's cast-offs. You want the guys that WWE do see as talented and they do see the value in them. So I feel like Nakamura is one of those guys. He's not going to be released by WWE, but he has his own mind and he may see a better future for him there.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And if you think about it, it's kind of how WWE operated with WCW. A lot of the guys they signed were guys that never got to the peak in WCW. And, you look at Eddie Guerrero, Benoit, Jericho, they were all guys that kind of WWE put their stamp on them. And whereas WCW signed a lot of ex-WWF champions, and look what happened there. So, and I think TNA, I think there's a lesson to be learned there as well. They tried that for a little while as well. So, yeah, interesting. But to go back on point here, Matt, obviously it is a pre-show match. Rusev, on the other hand, I do feel like, got to give him his credit. He's somehow managed to get back some credibility here. I just think he's so underestimated, Rusev. I really do. I think this is a guy, again, there are many people you look at that I don't know, like Dolph Ziggler, and I'm not saying Dolph is terrible and shouldn't have been a champion, but you think, like, why did they never give Rusev that mark? We've seen Jinder get it. I felt like Rusev had pretty much the same kind of gimmick as Jinder at one time. And I thought that match with John Cena was going to be the way forward for him. But unfortunately, it just never went anywhere after that. And then we got that awful, what was that group called? League of Nations, or whatever the hell they were. Just terrible. So here he is. He's back here, Matt. He's making the best of something. I mean, a guy like Rusev, he's another guy. If I was AEW, I'd be looking at him and all, to be quite honest with you. But, I mean, does Rusev appeal to you, Matt? Or is he sort of... Do you see him now as only WWE see him as a mid-card guy? Like, he's never going to be able to get that back again?
Well, yeah, it is difficult. He has been placed in that slot now of mid-card.
Mm-hmm.
And he has had those big feuds, but it's been quite telling the way that he's always come on the losing end of them. I think he's kind of similar position to where Bray Wyatt was. And then it's not always good to actually... just see how things go and give them the title, like we did with Bray. They just gave him the title and went, oh, well, there you go, and it didn't really work out. So you can have those moments, but then they can be squandered like that, and then it's gone. Like that moment's gone. So I feel like he's not really missing out by not getting his hands on the WWE title, because there is still options. Like we said before, if he wants to go somewhere else, I mean, it's such an exciting time wrestling now when wrestlers now actually do have a viable second option.
Yep.
So it's pretty exciting for these kind of people that if they feel like they're worth more, they have the ability to go out there and prove it now.
Okay, so to talk about this match, Matt, obviously it is a pre-show match. Very difficult to say they're going to get much out of this, really, if we're being honest. But, of course, if this was on the main card, I'd probably talk about it a bit differently. But I do feel like any match that goes on to the pre-show is you always got things working against you, whether it's going to be probably a massive advert in the middle of it or something like that, and then there's nobody there in the building and all the rest of it. So it's always got flaws, these matches. I do expect this to go on just before the main show starts, but even still, I don't really see anything major happening here. For me, I think this will be a good singles match, but I think being bumped onto a pre-show, it goes to tell me that there's lack of importance in WWE's eyes for it. So I'm going to go for a Rusev retaining here. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I think that's a safe option there. Rusev retains.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to put a bit of a dampener on it, though. When this match is underway, you can get that little clock in the bottom corner, and then you can see the seconds ticking away, and you're like, well, this is it's going to end pretty soon, because there's no way they're going to get to the end of the pre-show. This match is still going to be continuing.
Yeah. So maybe they've got more of a part to play later in the Rumble. I don't know. Maybe that's going to be their mark. Who knows? But a little bit of a shame for me to see a guy who's just won it last year be on this. I would have thought they would have made more of a big deal about it, but never mind. Okay, the other match that is going to be on the pre-show. This one I wasn't that surprised about it. Of course, is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship Fatal 4-Way. It looks good, Matt. I mean, they've been having a good run of lately, and, Buddy Murphy's certainly getting a lot of traction going here with stuff. But, again, pre-show match, Matt. Are we gonna? I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fast, but I don't suspect it'll be something we remember forever. Let's put it that way. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's just something to get the fans in their seats at the right time. Please, make your way to your seat, because the exciting cruiserweights are here. You're gonna see some fast-paced action. I think they just want to get the show off with a bang. So that's what they're going to do with this. But for me, I'm expecting Buddy to retain.
Yep.
I don't really see them changing direction too dramatically right now.
I'm with you on that one as well. You're just really thinking about it. I don't see any titles changing at that point. So that's the kickoff show right there and then. And now that leads us to the main show. So in no real order here. This is just literally as I put them down. We'll start with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Matt. Our old friend Shane McMahon, Mr. WrestleMania, the wrestler, the greatest wrestler, of course, here, with The Miz, up against The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, who feel like WWE will never have anything more for them to. So it's best they stay together. But I don't know, Matt. Where do you sit with this? Are you comfortable at the moment to watch the Shane McMahon Miz whole thing go on here with The Bar, and how far is this going to go towards WrestleMania and anything else? What is this match for you at this stage?
I've got so many mixed feelings about this match, because one, it's Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon fighting again. It kind of just gets to a ridiculous point when you see someone who should be involved in the management of the company is continually competing with the best kind of talent that there is around. So that's kind of confusing to me. But also, it's more of a level that's acceptable than it has been in the past. Winning the Best in the World tournament was just ridiculous. I feel like they're at least being involved in it's almost like a comedy angle. So that's not too bad. But when there's people like the Revival who aren't getting fair cracks at the titles and aren't getting a chance to hold on to these titles, and you're seeing people like Shane McMahon who's going in for it now and may well do it, because you can't really count him out of anything these days, unfortunately. Every time he's in a match, there's a real dangerous possibility he's going to win it. And just, I don't really see why, but WWE do keep going down that route. So I'm hoping that Sheamus and Cesaro retain. And that it sets up for something interesting, maybe a WrestleMania kind of match for The Miz, possibly with Shane McMahon. That would be maybe at least interesting, and at least Shane McMahon wouldn't take in the marquee spot from someone.
You made the big word there, Matt, in your sentence was hope. What's your brain telling you for the prediction? Is that different, or are you sticking with the same there?
I'm going to say Sheamus and Cesaro win. I'm going to say that then